Seharusnya sih udah boleh ya. Oke, kalau gitu Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hi guys, hope you all healthy and have a good day. We're group 3. Will present a material about English juncture and intonation. Before we go to the material, let us introduce ourselves first. Okay, my name is
Muhammad Alvin Aulia Alhab.
My name is Selina Fiana. Juncture, if you will see a non-restrictive clause, you are going to use it. What is non-restrictive clause? Non-restrictive clause is a type of an adjective clause that provides information about a word. It begins with a relative pronoun like who, which, whom, whose, and that. Example: Mark Dela Cruz, who plays basketball, has worked at his father's grocery for 20 years. The non-restrictive clause in the sentence is who plays basketball, because this clause begins with a relative pronoun. So it becomes Mark Dela Cruz, who plays basketball, has worked at his father's grocery for 20 years. Mary, who lived next door, is my classmate. The non-restrictive clause in the sentence is who lived next door, because this clause begins with a relative pronoun. So it becomes Mary, who lived next door, is my classmate. She had a surprise gift, which is a money cake for her mother. The non-restrictive clause in the sentence is which is a money cake, because this clause begins with a relative pronoun. So it becomes she had a surprise gift, which is a money cake for her mother. If there is parenthetical expression in the sentence, we can use the double bar juncture. Parenthetical expression. Parenthetical expression is a word or words added to a sentence without changing the meaning or the grammar of the origin sentence. It is usually separated from the main sentence by commas or other punctuation that can separate parenthetical expression, such as commas, round brackets, and long dashes. Example: some foods, sugar for example, are not good for us. In this sentence, parenthetical expression is sugar for example, because it has a comma. So it becomes some foods, sugar for example, are not good for us. The planet closest to the Sun, example Mercury, has the most extreme temperature variation. In the sentence, the parenthetical expression is example Mercury, because it used the round brackets. So it becomes the planets closest to the Sun, example Mercury, has the most extreme temperature variations. The cheetah, the world's fastest land animal, is native to Africa. In this sentence, the parenthetical expression is the world's fastest land animal, because it used long dashes. So it becomes the cheetah, the world's fastest land animal, is native to Africa.
Okay, in this part, I will explain about double cross. Uh, Sorry ya kalau misalkan apa basic double cross. Double cross is characterized a drop in pitch, the pausing time response to need for semicolon, colon, or period. An example of sentence is a vision without action is a daydream. An action without vision is a nightmare. Yellow sentence means semicolon. Red sentence means period. The double cross juncture is a vision without action is daydream. The sentence if in double cross juncture is a vision without action is daydream and action without vision is a nightmare. Uh, the other example is if you if you can attend the class better better say your reason to your teacher. Yellow sentence means semicolon, red sentence means period. Double cross juncture is if you can attend the class, the sentence double cross juncture is if you can attend the class, better say your reason to your teacher.
Okay, now I'll continue to explain about intonation. Next slide, please. Okay, so intonation. Intonation in music is a degree to which the notes of a piece of music are played or sung exactly in tune. But in linguistic, intonation is the sound changes produced by the rise and fall of the voice when speaking, especially when this has an effect on the meaning of what is said. What do you mean has an effect of the meaning what is said? We'll get that a bit later. Next slide, please. So there are four
Yes,
types
fine.
about intonation type. So the main intonation type is rising intonation and falling intonation. So rising intonation is mostly used for asking a yes or no question or to show emotions like happiness, excitement, pride, and annoyance. So for example, so is he your new boyfriend? So is he your new boyfriend? It's asking a yes or no question. Another example for show and emotion is like, I can't believe he gave you a ring. I can't believe he gave you a ring. So the intonation is rising on the word believe. Next, falling intonation. Falling intonation is used for most regular statements and questions that are not a yes or no question. Falling intonation is very common in what, where, who questions like that. So for example, like, where do you live? Where do you live? I live in Indonesia. I live in Indonesia. That's a show or statement. Next, there are another one. I'm sorry. Next is falling, rising, or dipping intonation. So falling, rising, or dipping intonation is used to show limited argument, uncertainty, or doubt. It's also used when we listing things, and it is also used to make the question sounds more polite. So for example, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And for example, for listing things, there's like I love pizza, burger, and matcha milkshakes. I love burger, pizza, and matcha milkshakes. And for example, for to make the question sounds more polite, there's like, would you like another coffee? Would you like another coffee? You can see that there's a falling, rising intonation. Last one is rising, falling, or picking intonation. So rising, falling intonation is used to convey strong feelings of approval, disapproval, or to show that surprised. So for example, I like it. I like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. What is that? What is that? You can see that there's a rising falling intonation there. Next. Okay, so what I say earlier, so intonation can change the meaning. So what I mean about that is when you say a sentence, what you say is important. Like the content, what you're saying is important, but also how you say it, the way you use intonation is also important because you can say the sentence with a completely different or opposite meaning. So, for example, the word is I beg your pardon. So if you use a rising intonation, I beg your pardon, you are asking the person to say the sentence again. But if you use falling intonation, I beg your pardon, you are apologizing and saying sorry to someone. Next, the word if someone asks, "Can you get my handphone?" If you answer sorry with rising intonation, sorry, it means that I did not hear you, and could you say it again? And if you answer it with falling intonation, sorry, it means that I cannot help you. So, like in interrogative words like who, which, what, or whatever is that, you can emphasize those words with intonation and it would change the whole meaning. So in this example, I use who. So the question is, Ma'am Ati asked some students to present their projects tomorrow. So if we answer it with rising intonation, who, it means that I did not hear you, and can you say it again, please? And if you use falling intonation, who, it means that you're asking again, like, who do you think is more suitable, or who are you referring to for the present projects tomorrow, like that. Next. In this example is tag questions. What is tag questions? Tag questions, it's a statement plus mini questions. So it used to ask our confirmation. So the question is, wait, I'm sorry. If you use following intonation, like, you will come to the party, won't you? So the following intonation here is used for asking for confirmation, like, I know I have invited you to the party, but I just want to make sure that you will come to the party. You will come to the party, won't you? That. And if you use rising intonation, you will come to the party, won't you? You will come, you will come to the party, won't you? Like that. Then it's asking with no confidence, but hoping that you will come. So the answer is, it may be yes or maybe no. That. Next, it's example if example when we interaction with others. So, are you Travis? Yes. So the following intonation is close questions. So if the person, it's used when the person is has nothing more to say, or the question to ask. I mean, if the person has nothing more to say, or the conversation is over. And if you use rising intonation, are you Travis? Yes. Then it means that the one that answering is like asking the person, why are you looking for me? Why are you looking? Why are you searching for me, like that? Yes. Next one, the last one is rhetorical questions. So what is rhetorical questions? Rhetorical question is question that is asked to make a point rather than waiting for an answer. So the question is, do you think Arthur is ready to lead the sales team? If it's not Arthur, who is? So even though who is used here because it's using a rising intonation, the person is stating that there is no better person for leading the sales team beside Arthur. And the another example is, hey, that's David. Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? So the following intonation is, it's not really a question, but just a statement that saying David is really cute, like that. I think the material is done. So before we go to the quiz, we want to show you a video about junction. So Sally, can you please help share the screen for watching YouTube? Thank you.
Everyone, with us today. I'm teacher Leia. Today, we're going to discuss the language of English. Let us have the topic about juncture. Juncture is a temporary stoppage of the flow of speech. It also suggests the need to stop to show or to obtain clarity in thought relation. There are three symbols of juncture. Number one, single bar juncture. This is the symbol. Number two, double bar juncture. This is the symbol. And the last one, number three, double cross juncture. And this is the symbol. Single bar juncture indicates that a slight pause between two thought groups in a sentence. A change of places of juncture in the sentence logically change the meaning of the sentence. Let us have an example. My teacher said, the doctor is pregnant. If the question is who is pregnant, the answer is the doctor. In this sentence, the teacher was the one who is talking about the doctor who is pregnant. How about the sentence? My teacher said the doctor is pregnant. If the question is who is pregnant, the answer is the teacher. In this sentence, the doctor is the one who is talking about the teacher who is pregnant. Let us have another example. The student said, the teacher is good. If the question is who is good, the answer is the teacher. In this sentence, the student is the one talking about the teacher who is good. How about this example? The student said the teacher is good. If the question is who is good, the answer is the student. In this sentence, the teacher is the one talking about the student who is good. In single bar juncture, it helps us know the meaning of the sentence. A change of places or position of juncture in the sentence means a change of meaning in the sentence. Now let us have the second symbol in juncture. Number two, double bar juncture. It indicates the need for a longer pause between two thought groups in a sentence. If there is an appositive in the sentence, we can use the double bar juncture. Let us first give the meaning of an appositive. Appositive provides information that further identifies or describes the subject. For example, Dr. Jose Rizal, our national hero, was born on June 19, 1861. Our national hero is the appositive because it gives another information about the subject, that is Jose Rizal. You are going to use a double bar juncture in this sentence. So the sentence will be, Dr. Jose Rizal, our national hero, was born on June 19, 1861. Another example. Mr. Ronald Santos, the singing professor, teaches English. In this sentence, the singing professor is an appositive because it gives another information about the subject, and that is Mr. Ronald Santos. So if there is an appositive, you are going to use a double bar juncture. So the sentence will be, Mr. Ronald Santos or teaches English. Let us have another example. My best friend, Michael Lee, is a Chinese. The appositive in the sentence is Michael Lee because it gives another information about the subject, and that is my best friend. So the sentence will be, my best friend, Michael Lee, is a Chinese. Another one. In double bar juncture, if you will see a non-restrictive clause, you are going to use it. Let us first give the meaning of a non-restrictive clause. A non-restrictive clause is a type of adjective clause that provides additional information about a word. It begins with a relative pronoun like who, which, whom, whose, that. Let us have an example. Mark de la Cruz, who plays basketball, has worked at his father's grocery for 20 years. The non-restrictive clause in the sentence is who plays basketball, because this clause begins with a relative pronoun. So if there is a non-restrictive clause in the sentence, you can use a double bar juncture. Who plays basketball has worked at his father's grocery for 20 years. Let us have another example. Mary, who lived next door, is my classmate. Who lived next door is a non-restrictive clause because it begins with a relative pronoun who. So the sentence will be, Mary, who lived next door, is my classmate. Let us have another example. She had a surprise gift, a money cake for her mother. The non-restrictive clause in the sentence is which is a money cake because it begins with a relative pronoun which. So if you're going to use the double bar juncture, the sentence will be, she had a gift, which is a money cake. Another one that we need to remember in double bar juncture is a parenthetical expressions. So if you will see parenthetical expressions in a sentence, you are going to use a double bar juncture. Now let us have the meaning of parenthetical expressions. Parenthetical expression is a word or words added to a sentence without changing the meaning or grammar of the original sentence. It is usually separated from the main sentence by commas or other punctuations. In fact, there are 3 types of punctuations that can separate parenthetical expressions, such as commas, round brackets, and long dashes. Let us have an example. Some foods, sugar for example, are not good for us. In this sentence, sugar for example is the parenthetical expression because it has a comma. So the sentence will be, some foods, sugar for example, are not good for us. Let us have another example. The planet closest to the sun, example Mercury, has the most extreme temperature variations. So in this sentence, the parenthetical expression is example Mercury because it used the round brackets. Let us have another example. The cheetah, the world's fastest land animal, is native to Africa. The parenthetical expression in the sentence is the world's fastest land animal because there is a long dashes. So if there is a long dashes, there is a parenthetical expression. So the sentence will be, the cheetah, the world's fastest land animal, is native to Africa. The last symbol in juncture, we have double cross juncture. Double cross juncture characterizes a drop in pitch. The pausing time responds to a need for semicolon, colon, or period. For example, a vision without action is a daydream. An action without vision is a nightmare. In this sentence, it uses a semicolon. So if there is a semicolon in the sentence, we are going to use a double cross juncture. So the sentence will be, a vision without action is a daydream. An action without vision is a nightmare. If you can't attend the class, better say your reason to your teacher. In this sentence, there is a semicolon, so you are going to use a double cross juncture. So the sentence will be, if you can't attend the class, better say your reason to your teacher.
Okay. That's the video. I hope you guys can understand more about Juncture. So I want to ask you guys first, do you guys want to play some quiz or not? If you guys want to play quiz, I'll drop the numbers, the pin for the Kahoot. But if you guys didn't really want to play quiz, then it's okay. What do you guys think? I sure wish Miss. Enggak. Saya di sini harus nanya teman-teman dulu. Bisa jadi
Ya,
teman-teman.
sure, Ma'am Lovita.
I'm done with everything, ma'am.